welcome to part two of the 5K series. This one deals with the medal that you might want to consider for your very first 5K or any 5K for that matter, but primarily for your first one. I've done probably about 35 5Ks, and about a third of them will say 5K on it. About a third of them will say all the events on them, and about a third of them doesn't say anything. It just says the event that you're in. So I'm going to cover those three different types of medals so you can decide if this is something that is very important to you for your very first 5K or any 5K event that you want to do. So the first one, this would cover the medals that actually say 5K. And I got some examples here. The 5Ks, like I show, say the event and the 5K. And if it's a local event, it might show the sponsors on it, but just for some examples to show that it says a 5K, and some will say the year. Now, that may or may not be important to you also. So it's just a lot of things to consider if you really want that first medal to mean something more or something to show the accomplishment. You may want to say the year. The year may not be important. You may want to say 5K. You may not. But I just put some examples of here of all those different type of variations for the 5Ks that actually say 5K. The ones that I included here are basically that I did in a fall of one year, but not all of them say the year. The other option that you get for medals is ones that show the events combined. I have one on here. It's for Huntsville that I did. It shows 5K, 10K. So it doesn't distinguish if you did the 5K or the 10K. They gave a different medal out for those who did the half marathon and marathon. But if you did a 5 or 10K, it didn't matter which one you got or which one that you participated in, your medal was exactly the same. And this other one, St. Patrick's Day themed one, it shows, again, the 5K and 10K on the same medal. And again, it doesn't distinguish between which one that you did. And this other one that I have shows not only 5K, 10K, but half marathon. They put all three on the same medal, and all three events got the exact same medal. And for one last one, I put a half marathon that I did. It shows the half marathon and 5K. Now, again, if you're doing your very first 5K, this may or may not be, again, important to you. But again, if you want to just show the 5K that you accomplished, you may not want the other events on there, or you might. Now, this last category that I put on here is ones that just don't say anything. One is for a Santa run that I did. This is just the one in December 22 that I did. This was the medal. It was only a 5K. There was no other distances on this event, but it doesn't even say 5K on here. It just says Santa run. So again, if this is something that's important to you to even show what you did, it's just another thing to consider. And this last one I do this alien run every year, and you choose between a 5K or a 10K. And again, the medals are the same for both, and it doesn't even say 5K, 10K, nothing on it. And it hasn't, every year that I did this event, it's never had on there the lengths or distances that you did. It just shows that you did what they call the glow run, because they hold it at night. But and then the last one here just shows some examples of an upcoming one with all the different events on there, and it gets different medals for each event. So again, this is just something that you may want to consider. So hopefully this helps in you making your decision for your very first one.